All right, what's going on, everybody? If you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, I suggest you click off this motherfucking video because it's not going to be for you. But got a special treat today. Eric Voss and his team decided to do a breakdown of the movie, which I'm personally excited about because now that I've finally seen the shit, I don't have to worry about spoilers and anything like that. So, you know, it'll be nice to try and find all the things that I missed. I know when the spoiler alert, but I know when the clouds was breaking up and Doctor Strange was trying to seal it back in there, I saw figures and people trying to like climb through the multiverse. I was trying to make them out, but I couldn't figure it out. But it looks like they might do something about that in here. But I want to see what else, you know, has been caught that I didn't catch, or if there's things that I did catch. I was like, oh yeah, no, I definitely noticed that, or I had questions about that. So it'll just be me today, but let's just get into it. Don't forget to follow New Rock Stars. I'll put the link in the description below. They are great at what they do with these breakdown videos, and yeah, that's all I got. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more updates as I update, because I'll keep updating, you know, the usual. So let's just get into it. Yeah, this movie was great.
But in even subtler ways, echoing little moments that prove how, despite all these guys' different backgrounds, these dorks were destined to cross paths and rescue each other. So I'm gonna break this down scene by scene.
And their chemistry was amazing.
And folks, I think I found more Easter eggs in this movie than I have in anything I've ever broken down on this.
Really? Yeah, okay, great.
Celebrate Spider-Man No Way Home by checking out our awesome merch at newrockstarsmerch.com with this amazing new limited edition shirt. One of my favorite shirts that the Cashapp has ever made, called Strange Entanglement. I can't wait to get mine. It's gonna be my favorite Christmas gift. You can get yours at newrockstarsmerch.com. And thank you to Boxu for sponsoring this video. More on them later. Okay, the opening Marvel Studios title card has been updated slightly so that if you look closely on the whole of the R, replacing Rocket, who's in recent MCU titles, is now Peter Parker. The moment he came back through that portal to join Cap and Endgame, this movie will also make grown men cry, seeing Spider-Man ride through portals twice. So we open immediately where Far From Home left off. The audio of the news broadcast, J. Jonah Jameson's Daily Bugle revealing Peter Parker's identity by Mysterio's doctored footage. Director John Watts recreated that 2019 scene to near perfect detail.
Wow, they really redid it?
Which itself was a callback to Aunt May's final line in Homecoming. But now a horn censors out the word, and MJ is once again in her Joan of Arc shirt, but the three extras behind her are dressed exactly like the three guys behind MJ in the Far From Home scene. But the one major difference is that MJ now wears the broken Black Dahlia necklace that Peter bought her in Venice and gave to her in London.
I actually like it better broken.
This necklace is the key to Peter and MJ's relationship, because in the final scene, despite her memory of Peter being erased, something compels her to keep wearing that.
Wow. Wow. Never even would have guessed that. Never even would have remembered that. That's, oh, bro. That makes it so much sadder. Oh, that makes it so much sadder. Let's keep going.
Because he was Spider-Man, and that she will wait forever for that I love you, because she likes things better broken. Notice how one of the onlookers says, just like one of the onlookers on the train says in Spider-Man 2, when that
he's just a kid.
Unmasked. Just a kid. Peter swings MJ through Times Square, where Jason's inescapable broadcast includes an image of Peter's face half covered, as it often is in Spider-Man comics, and it passed two billboards for Rogers the Musical.
Aha! Rogers the Musical.
On Disney Plus. Peter lands MJ on the Queensboro Bridge, where they are spotted by passengers from the nearby Roosevelt Island Tramway, famous from the 2002 Sam Raimi Spider-Man film as the setting of the final battle where Green Goblin made Peter.
Right, wow.
Suffer the children. And then right after getting that Toby era reference, we get an Andrew Garfield era reference when Peter whips the manhole cover, recalling the very last time we saw Andrew Garfield on screen as Spider-Man. This is in front of Delmar's Deli in Queens, Peter's favorite spot that should have been made in the deleted scene in Far From Home. But notice how it now reads Delmar's 3 for this being the third Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. Back in their apartment, Aunt May jumps happy. Oh, but then they walk in on MJ and Peter declothed, calling back Aunt May walking in on Peter and Ned, just like this in Homecoming. But John Watts shoots all of this in a full 2-minute long take to heighten that awkwardness, and kudos to these 4 actors because the timing is so precise. Like when Peter fails to close the window shade the first time, he then whips it shut, which feels improvised. Like Tom Holland screwed up closing it the first time, but then was just like, oh, Peter could flip it, and then they added in the VFX of the after. Also notice how Peter wears the same I survived my trip.
I said that. Like, why do you still have that stupid t-shirt?
It's less baggy on now because our little guy is grown up. The Daily Bugle broadcasts hammer away at Peter. You see a Daily News front page photoshopping mugshots using their yearbook photos and revealing MJ's name as Michelle Jones Watson. For the first time, adding the Watson like her counterpart Mary Jane Watson. Time magazine calls him Iron Man Jr., shows him crying like a baby. In Touch Weekly calls him Two-Face, and then Peter gets doused in green paint, while newsreel footage of Tower Bridge includes the ticker political turmoil continues in New Asgard. So I guess Valkyrie's rule over that colony in Tonsberg, Norway might be a bit unstable, something we could see more of in Thor: Love and Thunder. And investigators recover the drones from Far From Home, linking them to Stark, giving investigators grounds to arrest Peter. The DODC returns, Department of Damage Control, who cleaned up Avenger messes in Homecoming, now led by Agent Cleary. Albert Cleary is the DODC comptroller in the comics. They take some evidence photos, showing a framed photo of Ned and MJ from the Homecoming dance. Interesting how Peter is not in that picture, though. That in mind. We see Peter's Star Wars figurines. There's a photo taken of the Iron Spider charging station without the suit in it, though. And you see a tangle of plugs into that one wall outlet.
Yeah, that's how it
plugs. The heated classes that Mysterio was trying to steal from him, and a bunch of PlayStation games because Sony. During the interrogation, Peter wears the physics are theoretical, but the fun is real shirt that he wore in Spider-Man Homecoming when Tony Stark dropped him off back in Queens. Agent Cleary says Fury's been off planet for the past year. So Peter thought he was talking to Fury during Far From Home. He was actually
talking to the Skrull.
Halos.
Yeah.
That the DODC is more
and like, where the fuck were they this entire time?
Also, that Agent Cleary just made my list of Skrull suspicious ahead of Secret Invasion. Because how else would he know that? Stark Industries, the company itself, gets swept up in the investigation. So, I guess Morgan Stark's gonna have to go to public school. The file photo they used of Happy Hogan was his look from Iron Man 3 prologue in 1999 when he had long hair and bolo tie like Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Our minds the first 10 minutes, they get legal counsel from freaking Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock, Daredevil from the Netflix series.
That was great.
Even crazier than Toby and Andrew in my book, because A, this is permanent in the MCU, and B, it presents wilder implications for the MCU, suggesting that much, if not all, of what we saw in the Netflix Marvel shows could now be MCU canon. And we just saw Cox's co-star Vincent D'Onofrio appearing as Kingpin in Hawkeye, and that finale episode will apparently give us some clarity on the exact canonicity of all those stories. But to be clear, this Matt Murdock is the superpowered Daredevil. A brick flies in through the window, and he catches it with lightning-fast reflexes. But I love how Peter's hand was also ready to catch that brick too, since he has fighting sense.
Yeah.
So fun fact, John Favreau played Foggy Nelson in the 2003 Daredevil. Cool! So they have to move
what? I don't think I ever noticed.
Swipe Tony's dumb evil that we saw in the first also recovered in Iron Man 3, and we saw Happy yelling at it in Homecoming. Now, earlier there were some people complaining about the new changes to the Statue of Liberty, which I agree. Why would you add Cap Shield to it? Also, while they're in the
I don't get that either.
watches Downton Abbey, just as he did in Iron Man 3 when he used in Recovery. And by the door, he has a bunch of spare security badges hanging. This is after he lectured everyone in Iron Man 3 that they have to have their one badge on them at all times.
Yeah.
As Peter and MJ FaceTime, in MJ's room hangs her sketches of Peter with a rain cloud over his head, and also that one of Coach Wilson from Homecoming.
Why are you here? You don't even have detention.
Oh, I know. I just like coming here to sketch people in crisis. It's you.
There's also that same photo of her and Ned from Homecoming, again without Peter in it, and a photo of pigeons in Venice. And on the bed behind her, she is reading Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. In this conversation, Peter mentions his spider.
That is a lot of detail.
This is actually only the second time in the MCU that Peter really referenced that bite after his chat with Ned and Homecoming.
Can it bite a spider? Can it bite me? Well, it probably would hurt, right? You know what? Whatever. Even if it did hurt, I'll let it bite me. Maybe. How much did it hurt? The spider's dead, Ned.
Betty Brant hosts the Midtown Morning News, still a job that she apparently also balances with being an intern for the Daily Bugle on TikTok. And she says, "Go get him, Tiger!" Mary Jane's catchphrase for Peter in the comics and the past film.
Yeah.
You can hear someone in the crowd yelling, "Do it flat!" Just like that guy in Homecoming, who also came back in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Protester signs include several pro-Mysterio ones, one calling Peter Devil in Disguise. So this movie's premise is
It's Mephisto.
Spider-Man One More Day comic, in which Peter goes to Doctor Strange in search of a spell to make everyone forget that he's Spider-Man, but ends up having to turn to a little girl who's revealed as Mephisto to do this instead. It actually ends with a similar reset as this film, in which Peter's identity is secret once more, but at the cost of his relationships with MJ and with his friend. It was a very controversial comic when it came out, but like many great MCU movies, it turned a pretty divisive comic storyline into a really great work of cinema. In the crowd, there's also an MJ supporter. This is a cameo by Darnell Aplin, an actor and Zendaya's real assistant. Flash has published a tell-all book called Flashpoint, which is probably a nod to the DC Comics preceding timeline crossover event.
Yeah, I thought about that.
And of Batman, which is being adapted into another cross-franchise event with The Flash in 2022. The school's mural of great inventors throughout history that showed Howard Stark in Homecoming has also now added the faces of Abraham Erskine, who's the inventor of Captain Soldier.
Never even noticed.
In the upper right corner.
Really?
Mr. Dell and Mr. Harrington greet Peter with a display case of Peter's academic decathlon awards and his blazer. There's also a photo of Peter and MJ in Venice where it looks like Mr. Harrington.
You kind of put, yeah, what?
Later on the rooftop, MJ reads the New York Post. That is the salacious tabloid that they actually based the earlier Daily Eagle designs on. Reading Peter Parker and his spider minions, Peter puppy Ned, MJ below reading his hypnotic spider sense seduced Jones Watson. Male spiders actually do release hypnosis-like pheromones, and ironically, Peter does allow MJ and Ned to be brainwashed, but to forget about him. Peter rolls over to kiss her, and the textbook that he rests his head on was chemistry. I see what you did there. I thought we wouldn't notice, but well, we did. Also, written graffiti on the background is Ditko, a reference to Spider-Man co-creator Steve Ditko. Peter gets rejected from college after college. Dumb E gradually reassembles Peter's Death Star until the MIT one comes in and Dummy just breaks it, just like Ned did. And all three of the friends get rejected, which is a bummer because MIT is Tony Stark's alma mater, where he handed out scholarships in the war.
Really? I don't think I ever even noticed that.
The witch string lights actually have little goatees, making them little Doctor Stranges, giving you the idea of what Avenger to return to. And we hear the notes of Doctor Strange's theme here that leads Peter to 1778 Bleecker Street, Sanctum Sanctorum. Inside, one of the shuttling apprentices, played by Emily Fong, who worked production on Infinity War and Shang-Chi and Black Widow, Wong arrives and explains how one of the rotunda gateways opened to Siberia and let a blizzard in. We saw those gateways in the 2016 film. I will say, the production of this movie went to an insane amount of effort to freeze over the sanctum for just a, oh, let the door open to Siberia gag. I'm wondering, with those floodwaters pouring into the sanctum in the Multiverse of Madness teaser, this may be a bigger indicator of this reality destabilizing. Strange floats in wearing a Columbia University hoodie. Columbia's his alma mater. We see another one of these hoodies floating by the laundry machines downstairs. And he's carrying a mug reading,
why?
For Fox's sake.
Why do you notice that? Who notices these things?
For 5 years, since WandaVision told us that Scarlet Witch's powers surpass those of the Sorcerer Supreme, that might mean Strange might be even lower on that sorcerer hierarchy than we thought and might need her help even more. Strange says that Peter's request to reverse time is selfish, plus the time stone was atomized. But Peter says, quote, it's not about me. I mean, this is really hurting a lot of people. In doing so, Peter uses the same words that the Ancient One used in her crucial lesson to Strange.
It's not about you.
And so, Strange agrees to help him, using a spell called the Runes of Kakal. Not sure the spelling, but Kakal isn't from any of the comics that I know of, but what Wong says, the memory wiping spell travels the dark border between known and unknown realities, suggesting that to act the spell, you have to kind of bridge with other realities of the multiverse. And he leads them through a portal. You can see that bell tower in the background. That's actually in the Camartage courtyard. Strange explains how the sanctum is built at an intersection of cosmic energy currents, that they weren't the first to seek this out, with walls thousands of years old, and that they shot an episode of The Equalizer there in the 80s. The spell goes crazy, and Peter shouts, basically everyone who knew that I was Spider-Man before should still know that is the rule by which characters get warped into this reality. Also suggesting that Kirsten Dunst, Mary Jane, both Harry Osborn, and several others might have also been briefly walking around in the MCU, but also tells us that Venom, through his multiversal symbiote hive mind, must have known that Peter is Spider-Man, though I didn't know when Electro found out that Peter was Spider-Man.
Thank you. I've been wondering that. Like, at what point did he know that he was Peter? I don't think he did.
As this purple void surrounds them, Strange sees a glowing silhouette that looks like the glowing arms of Doc Ock, him being one of the characters that are currently filling into this reality. So Strange has to encase this spell in a prism, similar to how Strange and What If Killmonger and Zola Ultron in a prism to contain that reality rupturing chaos. But this prism is the Decatron, which is made up of pentagons with 5 sides and 5 corners because Peter changed his spell 5
times.
Strange thought it was 6, but if you listen back, Peter changed it for MJ, for Ned, for Aunt May, for Happy, and then for everyone who knew. That's 5. So what was the 6th? Well, the 6th may have been a secret change by by Dr. Strange so that he would still remember Peter because he loves him. At
I
least
don't think
in
so.
the Iron Spider armor using inside his heads up display, you can see up in the corner, Edith offline. Also, the voice was changed to male. And that's because the DODC is confiscated and disabled all the drone network. It's interesting that they did not take this Iron Spider suit, but again, when they raided its place, that suit was not charging in the port. So maybe Peter tried to flush the nanotech down the toilet. Now on this bridge, there are a ton of license plates, and I can tell you, folks, I looked at all of them because
Really?
John loves to hide Easter eggs in his license plates. The only ones I could actually decode to mean anything were a Nissan with SEYS1DP, and earlier there was an anagram book on Peter's shelf. So this plate rearranges to Spideys, plural, which would be a clue for multiple Spideys being in this movie. And of course, the MIT woman's car is 63A5M3 or 63ASM3 for 1963 Amazing Spider-Man #3, the comic debut of Dr. Octopus, who arrives in the scene.
That is insane detail if they're really putting these things in movies for this specific purpose.
Doc Ock theme from that film, and as his claws smash through his bridge, note that the claws light up red, which in that 2004 film was how we knew when the claws were controlling Otto's brain. So this must have happened before Peter converted him, at which point the lights flickered back white. Doc Ock brings up his machine here, his fusion device that he was working on in the movie.
What have you done with my machine?
And he quotes his line from the 2004 film, his whole goal.
The power of the sun
In the palm.
in the palm of my hand.
Now,
Yeah.
at one point, you notice Peter grabs one of the claws to a car door to make it harder for Doc Ock to grab anything else to throw at it. Doc Ock fries off some of Peter's nanotech, which then absorbs onto his arms. So if you remember back to the first Raimi film, Norman Osborn was an expert on nanotech.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
I read all your research on nanotechnology. Really brilliant.
And in the sequel, Octavius built his arms using Oscorp tech.
I'd like to thank Harry Osborn and Oscorp Industries for providing it.
And he explained how he controls these arms using a neural link.
These smart arms are controlled by my brain through a neural link. Nanowires feed directly into my cerebellum.
And since the Stark nanotech is controlled neurally as well, that would allow Doc Ock's tech to be compatible with it. However, that link goes both ways, so Peter is able to pair with the arms.
Which was great. That was a smooth transition.
Calling back what he said at the end of the 2004 film.
Listen to me now.
Then Green Goblin swoops in, but Dr. Strange portals them back to the crypt where the lizard is already contained. Doc Ock asks Strange if this is a birthday party, just like Tony Stark referenced Dr. Strange's Jimmy Kimmel bit when they first met.
What is your job exactly besides making balloon animals?
Peter enlists MJ and Ned. Ned asks Dr. Strange,
How do you know you were made of magic? Because my Nana says that we have it in our family, and sometimes I get these tinglings in my hands.
You should talk to your physician.
and later Nana's home has a display of ancient blades, and Ned successfully operates the sling ring, which surprises Strange. So yes, it really does seem like Ned might have a future as a sorcerer in the MCU. Then down in the undercroft, there's all kinds of creepy goodies. A doll turns its head at them. In the fridge are a bunch of creatures, a floating eyeball in a jar, a claw creeping out from under foil. MJ finds a goatee guard that Strange must use to get his goatee perfectly shaved. And then MJ goes on TikTok to find people on homemade gliders replicating Green Goblin. Another with a frost giant cosplay that reads I am the Green Elf. And then at the end of this, they're finally able to track down Electro, where Peter also finds Sandman battling Electro with his suit turned inside out. Sandman helps Peter because they were on good terms at the end of the 2007 film.
Yeah, they definitely were.
Fox now has a new body looking a bit cooler. And while Dr. Connors later calls it out since they didn't know each other while they worked at Oscorp in the same continuity, this new body is never really explained. Meanwhile, Willem Dafoe, Norman Osborn, my favorite actor in this movie, argues with his Goblin helmet, just as he would in the 2002 film, but an argument ends with him shattering the helmet, and even after it shatters, the Goblin voice laughs, meaning breaking that helmet did not destroy the identity, it just fused it into Norman's soul. Notice that the framing of this broken mask as Norman walks away matches the framing of Tobey Maguire Peter.
Yeah, I thought about that.
In the 2004 film, but in both cases, the characters get dragged back into the game. You know, as I am looking for all these details, I like to keep my snack game going, but I'm tired of the same old snacks, which is why I have turned to Boxu. Boxu is a monthly subscription service that delivers premium Japanese snacks and tea pairings straight from Japan to your door. Each themed monthly Boxu box takes you on a gourmet journey through Japan. Boxu is the only company that partners with 100-year-old family snack makers for genuine and authentic selections. The first Boxu you get is called Seasons of Japan, and it lets you taste the seasonal flavors that are popular in Japan. This month we got fancy and upgraded to this limited edition handcrafted Kiribako wooden box. Let's see what's inside. So cool. You start off with this Kanto New Year culture guide that tells you everything that's in here. Oh, and look at these little gummies. These are so good. Look at these, look at these. There's some yummy sour strawberry flavor. You honestly don't find anything quite like this anywhere else. I love them. They're little hearts, which mean they love me back. There's all kinds of stuff in here, like little chocolate snacks, little puff things. But yeah, each box too comes with a beautifully designed booklet that tells you all about the snacks, where they come from, and each month features new curations.
God, this feels like an ad. It's an ad, but it feels very addy. Doesn't seem like you actually really eat these things and or enjoy them. But what do I know? I'm just a black guy. I'm not sponsored by Boxu.
And you would also be giving them the chance to win 2 free tickets to Japan because Boxu is having a giveaway. Everyone who subscribes before December 31st is automatically entered. So if you want to try some awesome Japanese snacks and help support our channel, click the link in the description and use our code NEWROCKSTARS to get $20 off your subscription. Peter returns to the Feast facility. That's the homeless center where Peter works in the comics and the games. Someone tagged the sign outside with Mysterio was right and a green circle over Peter's head, just like Mysterio's fishbowl helmet. Inside, Norman plays a convincing, mentally disturbed man saying, "Someone's at my house. Oscorp doesn't exist. My son." He trails off, referring to Harry Osborn, of course, but also telling us that Oscorp, at least any company named that, is not currently in the MCU anymore. Notice how he wears a green coat over those purple sweats. Colors. Meanwhile, Aunt May's costume is worth looking at. She's wearing a blue jumper with a red sash. It could be foreshadowing the bloody wound that causes her death. Aunt May tells Peter to help Norman. Peter says this isn't my problem, which she gets mad at him over because it recalls Tobey Maguire Peter's fateful decision not to intervene. Which
not my problem.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
J. Jonah Jameson's upgraded Daily Bugle show, which is really thanks to his Spider-Man coverage, now pushes supplements, which is another jab at Alex Jones. The Chiron reads, "Why does Spider-Man hate national monuments?" Recalling the Washington Monument and Homecoming and Tower Bridge and Far From Home. Meanwhile, Otto Octavius recalls the moment he worked, saying he had Spider-Man by the throat, so this must have happened right before Tobey changed him in this moment in the film.
These things have turned you into something you're not. Don't listen to them.
It was my dream.
Sometimes, to do what's right, we have to be steady and give up the thing we want the most, even our dreams.
You're right.
Meanwhile, Max talks about being absorbed into the grid, about to turn to pure energy, recalling the Amazing Spider-Man 2 when Peter and Gwen hardwired Electro to that grid and overloaded his chip. And then Lizard asks Max if he dies, but he never gets an answer, and that's because Lizard doesn't actually die in the 2012 film. He ends up locked up and approached to join a future Sinister Six. So Strange shows them the box, the Machina Dicotomus, in Latin roughly the division machine, which he used to send them back to their universes. But Peter and Strange debate over this. Strange says, in the grand calculus of the multiverse, their sacrifice means infinitely more than their lives. The subtext, of course, being his guilt for sacrificing Tony Stark as part of his complex calculus when seeing 14,605 future outcomes to defeat Thanos. If you think about it, calculus was also the type of arithmetic on He Who Remains chalkboard. And I just find it interesting that Peter overcomes Strange by doing simpler geometry.
Wait. I never noticed that. He had calculus on the board. He Who Remains had math on the board for multiverse theory. I mean, that makes sense, but I never even noticed that. That makes so much more sense. That makes so much more sense. And why Peter was able to do that geometry, trap him in the what he's probably about to say right now.
It's super nerdy. That's not what we're thinking it doing as much 4D chess as those guys are. So Peter snatches the box and Strange pursues him, trapping him between portals so that he puts his own foot. I love it. But then he brings Peter back to push his astral soul from his physical body, similar to how the Ancient One did to him. However,
the fact that he got over that with Spider Sense was crazy.
Manages to evade Strange. Interesting. This must be a higher form of the Spidey sense.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Neurological reflex that is divorced from Peter's conscious mind, but also shows us how this is really linked.
Like this nigga Spider-Man had ultra instinct. Like he could not be stopped.
Peter does say magic's real here too, so he might be aware of that link as well. Strange sends the cloak of levitation after Peter, giving us that what if Spider-Man became the Sorcerer Supreme in the comics we also saw in the zombie episode of What If. I love this detail. On a nearby newsstand are People magazines with Liz Allen, Peter's crush from Spider-Man.
That's what I thought. I could swear I saw her.
Calling Peter a liar. Showing us that family, including Vulture, is still somewhere.
Oh, bitch.
Don't know how that's going to make sense. Strange traps Peter in the mirror dimension. The VFX are incredible. Peter tumbles past the High Line in New York City, which he actually just recommended Elena and Hawkeye. He tumbles through a department store where you can hear Christmas music playing. Peter tumbles toward the Bethesda fountain in Central Park. Actually looks like the ancient water statue you might have, like the Statue of Liberty, been swapped out for an Avenger. Strange traps Peter in an endless loop of portals, creating the illusion of infinite Spider-Man. And then Peter recognizes from the Archimedean spiral that he can geometry the shit out of this and trap Strange in a web of math. And again, if you want a way to really celebrate this awesome magic versus math moment, you gotta get your hands on our exclusive Strange Entanglement shirt at newrockstars.com. Norman offers to help Peter, saying, you know, I'm something of a scientist myself. Of course, this line from the 2002 movie.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Peter and Ned do their recurring handshake, and it ends with the slingering spark in a bit. A little sign that Ned does have kind of inner magic to him. Peter takes them to Happy's condo. The security feed glitches as Electro passes from its interference, and then Otto snaps, I don't need fixing, especially by some teenager using scraps in a bachelor's junk drawer. It's not a drawer full of scraps, it's on the wall,
scraps.
you can actually see the name Slot. That's a reference to longtime Spider-Man writer Dan Slott. Peter activates Star Trek Fabricator. We saw this kind of device used on the Star Jet to design his new suit and bar from home. It's powered by an arc reactor. This is a familiar design. This is a new element arc reactor Mark I with the triangular inlay that Tony Stark constructed using the new element he rediscovered in Iron Man 2. I love that this is the era of arc reactor he used because in Spider-Man Homecoming, they specifically had the Mark
The old ones.
armor that was using that same generation of arc reactor from Iron Man 3 on the Stark jet. So that would be the one that Happy still has in his possession. Meanwhile, Otto and May share some water in the kitchen. They did briefly date in comics. Then Peter designs a new inhibitor strip for Doc Ock to replace the one that got fried in the 2004 film. And he puts in place these 6 needles that go into Otto's skin and fuse with the spinal cord. I love that they use the same exact production design from the Raimi films for all of these pieces of technology. They really clearly did their homework to look at how all of these things function. At this point, the red lights on Doc Ock's claws flicker back to bluish white, and he transfers the nanotech back to Peter to give him this golden spider 8 arms, just like his own. It's like giving him a badge of honor there. Otto encourages his buddy Norman that he's about to rid himself of his darker half. Norman, facing away from him, says, "Just me." And Defoe uses his darker goblin voice in this moment, meaning his only goblin in his mind right now. And so Peter's Spidey sense kicks in, and he just kind of wanders around the condo. It's super creepy, and notice as it begins, the first person to appear in his periphery is Norman Osborn. And the first thing Peter says is, May. It's his instinct telling him that Norman will pose a fatal threat to May. And so Peter whips Norman to dummy, which, as they came into the condo, you can see Norman in the background chasing. So Goblin makes his case to the other villains. These are not curses, these are gifts. Recalling the final lines of the 2002 film, the lesson that Tobey Maguire Peter learned.
This is my gift.
And my curse.
When Peter had to rationalize his powers as both a gift and a curse, the fight breaks out. Peter punches Goblin, and Goblin just smiles more and more. He is loving it.
Yeah, he's like, he was not tripping.
On doing as many stunts as he could himself. And downstairs, Goblin's glider strikes May, and now that creepy face is covered in a Hobgoblin-style hood, and he tosses a pumpkin bomb, which Peter bats away, showing how this Goblin is just as willing to bomb an Aunt May as he was.
That's what I said. He's like, he finished what he started. Damn.
With great power, there must also come great responsibility.
I was like, he didn't say it right.
Slight rewording.
Yeah.
Because she said that the original comic wording of the line that includes there must also come directly from Stan Lee. Folks,
Nice. Okay.
so to cheer us up, Ned uses the sling ring to portal to one of the other Peter Parkers currently in the universe, Spider-Man Andrew Garfield, a guy no one will ever believe again in interviews. Notice the music in this moment is actually James Horner's Young Peter theme from the Amazing Spider-Man film in 2012. And we just gotta pause and appreciate how great the Andrew Garfield era of Spider-Man suit was. I mean, it's definitely my favorite aesthetically. Great shade of blue, huge eyes, and true DIY practicality to it. One thing that era nailed. then Ned portals again, and Tobey Maguire Peter Parker steps in. His entrance set to Danny Elfman's Spider-Man theme. And we gotta credit both Maguire and Garfield for so deftly slipping back into their mannerisms. Tobey is preemptively polite and dopey. Andrew is post-mistake apologetic and super chatty. And I also like how their first instinct upon seeing each other is the flip attack, as if the last time either of these guys encountered a doppelganger, it might have been a hostile situation. Peter says that he liked to hang out atop the Chrysler Building, as we saw his Peter perch in the Raimi films. Andrew Peter says he liked the Empire State Building for the view, but they find Peter on the rooftop of his school in Queens. It's not about the view, it's about a refuge from his high school life. Because he never moved into the city. Andrew Peter starts to say he has some understanding of losing someone, of course referring to letting Gwen Stacy die, and he goes on to describe what happened after Gwen's death, how he stopped pulling his punches and got rageful and bitter. So apparently in that Garfield continuity, this Spider-Man might have straight up killed people, which is an insane revelation.
Yes, it is.
But Tobey Peter recounts the vengeance that he felt that led him to track down Uncle Ben's murderer, and how in Spider-Man 3 that wound was reopened with Flint Marco, exacerbated by Venom. Critical lesson that he had to learn. And all three recognize the words "with great power comes great responsibility," making that proverb a kind of constant absolute point among all the Spider-Men. They return to the high school and work together to engineer cures for all of them. I love how nerdy the second half of this movie is. Tobey Peter tells Ned that his best friend died in his arms after trying to kill him, referring to Harry Osborn in Spider-Man 3. Meanwhile, Tobey Peter tells Andrew Peter that he and Mary Jane eventually made it work. Ned calls for Peter, and all three of them look up.
That was, yeah, Ned doing that was so stupid. Yeah.
Like the others whose mechanical web shooters comes freakishly out of his wrist. I love how Andrew gets super grossed out, and even when Tom Holland moves the conversation along, he even continues staring at Toby's wrist for a beat before he's like, oh, okay, yeah, what? And then on to the showdown at the Statue of Liberty. Tobey Peter's back tenses up, a callback to Peter hurting his back in the 2004 film.
He did say something about his back.
Nearly sit out the sequel after hurting his back on Seabiscuit, and then Andrew cracks it for him for once cracking some backbone without killing them. He talks about how he fought an alien made out of black goo, of course referring to Venom, his Eddie Brock played by Cook Grace, and set in a Tom Hardy Venom's arrival in the post-credit scene. And then Tom Holland Peter talks about how he fought Thanos, and Andrew's like, I'm lame, I only fought a Russian guy in a rhinoceros suit, of course referring to Paul Giamatti's Rhino. But I love it! Tobey Peter talks about saying he's actually amazing, giving Andrew Garfield the credit he deserves. Despite the amazing Spider-Man era, often ranked the lowest by fans, he's still amazing.
It is. His second one was the best one, but it still had its huge amount of issues. But he was still a great Spider-Man, though, so that's like, yeah, like he was a good Spider-Man.
Spider-Man had that there's been cooperation with superheroes more powerful than he is. At one point, Tobey just straight up screams, "How is this helping?" And Andrew Peter asks if the Avengers are a band, and calling back when Bruce Banner asks if the Avengers broke up like the Beatles.
Avengers broke up.
Like a band? Like the Beatles? We're able to figure it out, and a little subtle detail here that I loved. During their heroic swing, Tom Holland Peter whips his two brothers to sling them back up.
I saw that. I thought that was tight as hell.
And leap together off the Statue of Liberty head, right at Electro and Sandman and Lizard. Meanwhile, you see how Electro's bolts at one point higher up in a star shape around his head,
like it's supposed to.
Tobey Peter manages to revert Thomas Hayden's church Flint Marco. I love how the device lights up and spins the same way the Super Collider did in Spider-Man 3. Then Lizard jumps into the portal with Ned and MJ, thrashing around that science lab, evoking that school battle in the 2012 film. And then Doc Ock helps them fix Electro, and they hit Lizard with the same serum gas that they use as an antidote at the end of the 2012 movie, reverting him to Reese Ifans' Dr. Connors. And Max Dillon tells Andrew Garfield Peter that he thought he was going to be black, and that there's got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere out there, definitely setting up Miles Morales to step up sometime soon, hopefully. We do know from Aaron Davis's lines in Homecoming that Miles Morales does exist in the MCU.
I don't want those weapons in this neighborhood. I got a nephew.
Yeah, sorry, Miles. I'm not gonna make it.
Then Green Goblin dives in, snarling, "Can the Spider-Man come out to play?" Calling back his creepy line that took...
Man, he was so good in this movie.
Can Spider-Man come out to play?
And he bombs the box, causing the spell to spill out around Liberty Island. I love how the VFX caused that tear to turn something that should be in the background feel like a canvas that is way closer to us. And in this chaos, MJ slips and falls from the scaffolding, the framing exactly matching Gwen Stacy's slow-mo death drop in 2014, scaring the hell out of all of us. Tom Holland Peter dives after her, but he gets swiped by Goblin, so it's up to Andrew Garfield Peter.
It was such a beautiful moment. It was such a beautiful moment.
This time, he
No, it was such a beautiful moment that happened. Like, God, redemption, second chance. It wasn't even his girl, but it like, bro, to like watch that happen again, no way, because she was gonna be paced. She was about to be paced if he didn't catch her. Oof.
More on the leap itself to catch her in his arms, and trying to snatch her with his webbing, all to avoid that whiplash that actually caused Gwen to die, proving that this poor guy has been obsessing over that decision every day of his life, and that is why he sobs in relief. Finally, we get another little sorcerer set up for Ned when the cloak of levitation catches them. We actually get a little light motif. Doctor Strange's theme music there too. Get this man a cloak. And then on the fallen giant Captain America's shield, Tom Holland, Peter, and Goblin to get out, and it is vicious. Peter prepares to kill Goblin, lifting his glider to bring down on him the same way Captain America nearly killed Iron Man in Civil War, using the tool that Peter is now standing on. This kid is moments away from going full John Walker, but to move our Peter jumps in, grabs the glider, even though Tom Holland Peter shoves that glider even closer to him. Ultimately, he helps him see the light and to make a different choice, and so Tom Holland proves his change by hitting Norman with the anti-serum and giving him a second.
Yeah, after he got stabbed.
The sky opens up to dozens of glowing silhouettes, presumably other characters who know Peter Parker Spider-Man from other universes. One of them holds a spear, looks like Kraven the Hunter. Others match the shape of Rhino. There's another one that kind of looks like Scorpion. I'm gonna go deeper into these in another video too.
Why another one? No, do it now.
The way to seal up these cracks is to complete the memory wipe spell as it was intended, meaning everyone will forget Peter is Spider-Man. Notice how, whereas the runes before were thinner, more written, here they are bolder.
They have to be. It's too big. It's too out of control.
So Toby and Andrew make their final goodbyes, and Toby says it's what we do, recalling how Aunt May justified why you should help people. And Peter explains it all to MJ, and he promises he will come find her. Just reminds me a lot of that theme from Eternal Sunshine, how love is too powerful of a force to be bound by memory. And MJ tells Peter that she loves him, but she doesn't let him say it back to her, wagering that the first time he can say it to her on the other side, it'll be so pure and real that that could be the thing that awakens her. And then so after the spell is complete, the world continues to know that Spider-Man exists, but the name Peter Parker means nothing to them. This is crazy, because it means that Ned and MJ still made it into MIT, but with no physical evidence of Peter Parker's history with them. So in addition to brainwashing everyone's memories, this spell must also have warped all of reality to erase documents, any kind of digital records, any physical mark that Peter Parker left on the world. I mean, does the guy have a birth certificate? A social security card? I would say that should have to necessitate a new history to be conjured to replace the Peter history that was erased.
That's a good point.
I hate to point this out, but if you think about it, Peter was often absent from his major events in his life, from his homecoming dance, from his field trips, from his school competitions. He was blipped for 5 years. It's depressing to realize this, but his erasure is not that disruptive to his friends' lives. I mean, essentially, this just means MJ and Ned spent more of their teenage years alone, which for MJ, reading a book by herself is just kind of who she is. Ned tinkering with his Legos is who he is. I mean, yeah, it's sadder the more you think about it, but it's true. That's why Peter makes this sacrifice, because he knows his loved ones can get by without him. And so when he finds them back in the Peter Pan coffee shop, himself a kind of Peter Pan stuck watching kids grow up and move on without him. However, MJ still wears the Black Dahlia necklace. Somewhere deep down.
Yeah, that still hurts to know that. Finding that out just hurts.
Remind himself to serve. By the way, we actually saw the Sanctum Apprentice with one of those coffee cups earlier, when she was trying to fix that same artifact that Thor also broke Ragnarok.
I was like, what? Why did that look familiar? Like, I know I've seen it before, I just couldn't remember where. That's why. What?
Peter almost says to MJ, I love you, but he stops himself, and he waits upon seeing the bandit, because he doesn't want to hurt MJ anymore. So to protect her, for now, he walks away. Peter visits May's grave and notices the flowers over the birth and death dates. I guess because, as Tony Stark observed when he first met May in Civil War, we never do quite know how old May is. Happy shows up, doesn't know who Peter is, but he compares his feelings to losing Tony. And Peter sets up his new apartment high and praying that they can find a way to make Mr. Dickovich his landlord.
Right. Right.
And that's because this guy has no academic record anymore. Also, we see he sets up his Palpatine Lego, which was the first we saw of Ned moves back in Homecoming. And he wears a new suit with brighter blues and swings out past 30 Rockefeller Center, where the up finale of Hawkeye will be set. I don't think we'll see Spider-Man swing in the background of that, but a guy can dream.
We're not going to see that.
The community Peter Parker relied on is so painful, but it does force this kid to mature into the selfless hero that his forebears showed him how to be.
Which he should have done so long ago, but it worked out.
Those people are still there, and they may not remember, but they still love him. And one day he will find his way home. That is everything I found in this heartbreaking
That was a lot.
Spider-Man film.
That was good, but that was a lot.
More I want to say about
Bro.
this movie, so to support our channel and help us do that, please check out one of those great merch options that New Rockstars.
Definitely will.
That strange entitlement design is calling to you. We also got a Kingpin inspired Long Live the King shirt. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA.
Go follow them. Go follow them right now for more stuff. Boy, I tell you. That was amazing. That was good. That was a pretty good synopsis of the film itself, but also some of them breakdowns. Woo, boy, like, I would never have guessed for some of those things. Some of them I did know, some of them I had guesses about, some of them I talked about while I was in the theater watching it and stuff like that. But there were so many, like just the little details. Something as simple as the license plate, though. The license plate being an anagram, bro. But this was good. Again, don't forget to follow New Rockstars. Follow them. Link will be in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more updates as I update, because I'll keep updating. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time for their next breakdowns or whatever it might be, I might do one for Hawkeye for the season finale when it comes out. But until then, I will be here telling it like it is.